That's great. I usually don't have this crap on, but that's great. Um, okay. Sorry, had to figure something out. Sorry, then we're back into it. Let's go. So, on Monday Night Football, the two Monday night games wrapped up. Uh, about an hour ago. So just like we did last week, we're just gonna go over the games for next week now. Just because why not? The first game for week 3. It's the Thursday night football game, which, by the way, you can watch on either Amazon Prime or on Twitch. I kind of just learned that last season. I just kind of watched every game on Twitch. But, uh, there's the New York Giants versus the San Francisco 49ers. The Giants. Well, you know how they lost 40-0. Well, it wasn't going any better against the Cardinals. They, in 6 quarters, were 60-0 in points. But then they decided, maybe we might actually kind of be good. And then they ended up winning 31-28 over the Cardinals. And any hope for a Cardinals fan, it might as well be out the window. For the 49ers, though, it was a decent game against the Rams. It was a 30-23 affair, I think. I just don't really remember. But they still look great with Brock Purdy and all of the defense, of course. So that's pretty much all I can say there. For this game, I'm going to take the 49ers, and if the Giants get embarrassed worse than they did against the Cowboys, well, dang. Next up to go, we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Detroit Lions. It's a bird versus a cat. You can't get any better than this. Well, the Atlanta Falcons, they were down 24-12 against the Packers, and they came back and won that son of a gun. So, yeah, it was certainly something for them. The Detroit Lions, they were looking good against the Seahawks, and then they ended up losing in overtime. So, yeah. Plus, they had a pretty big injury with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Apparently he got injured today. So that's been a big loss of their defense there. I'm still gonna take the Lions with this one, even though I think there's a few major losses. I think they'll be able. Honestly, this one is gonna be tough, but I just think the Lions are gonna win. I feel like even with these losses, I still feel like they're gonna be a good team this year. So I'm gonna take the Lions. Not saying the Falcons aren't gonna be a good team because they'll start off 2-0 and they've looked great thus far. But I'm just gonna take the Lions. Next up, though, we got two teams that have started off 0-2. We got the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Minnesota Vikings. For the Chargers, if I don't know how would you lose to the Tennessee Titans, but they did it. Honestly, it's not gonna good for the Chargers or the Vikings. The Vikings, of course. You know how last season they won dang every game by a score of or like a one possession score or whatever. This season they're losing by one possession or one score. They lost to the Buccaneers 20-17. They lost to the Eagles. I think it was 34-28. I think that was the score. So yeah. Uh So if they lose by one possession again, well, I don't know what to tell them. I think though, as it's gonna be an interesting game, but I am gonna take the Vikings. Because well, I don't know. I just have the feeling that the Vikings are gonna be able to have a comeback game here. Um, I know it's probably gonna be tough, but I think they'll be able to do it. So the Chargers, though, I'm kind of worried for them if they do lose this game. And I don't know why they didn't fire Brandon Staley in the offseason. Next, though, we got the New Orleans Saints versus the Green Bay Packers. For the Saints, it was an uneventful game. Technically last night with the Panthers. It was a 20-17 affair where the Panthers somehow became good with Bryce Young in with like 2 minutes left. I know Bryce Young's only played like 2 games, but I just wanted to bring that up. And for the Packers, they were up 24-12, and they still lost. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Jordan Love just lost all talent. The entire team, I think, lost all talent. I think the good thing though is that I think they will have Christian Watson and Aaron Jones back next week. I'm just gonna assume that they will. Um. So That might be good for him. And I'm also going to take the Packers because both teams have looked good this season. The Saints have started off 2-0. The Packers look great against the Eagles. Looked great in the first half against the Falcons before they lost all talent. So I'm gonna take the Packers for this one. It was a tough decision, but I'm gonna take them. Next up, we got the Houston Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the Texans, um, well, in the first game of the season, they pretty much got embarrassed. Second game, they was getting embarrassed, and C.J. Stroud turned on the binders. Ended up being a 31 to 20 affair, I believe. I don't know. I kind of forget the scores after about 1 hour after the game's end. And for the Jaguars, they ended up losing 17-9 to the Chiefs. Um, I don't know. It was a pretty uneventful game also for that one too. So, in fact, the only thing I think I can actually remember off of that game is probably when the announcer made a Taylor Swift joke about Travis Kelce. And apparently, I think they might be dating now. I don't know. And then there was the time when Mahomes threw to like this dang big boy. That was fun. I loved it. That crap was fun. For this one, I'm gonna take the Jaguars though, because the Texans, yeah, they're not looking good. Yes, I know the Paul. I thought I thought it was gonna improve a bit, but no, they're not doing crap. They got the number 2 pick in the draft. They got the number 3 pick as well. Those are 2 big additions, and they've still not really been able to make nothing work. So, I'm gonna take the Jaguars with this one. Next up, we got the Denver Broncos versus the Miami Dolphins. For the Broncos, Sean Payton might be helping this team. Because surely, oh sorry, crap. Of course, they're not really. I'm sorry, I can't speak English sometimes. I mean, sure they're not winning. That's for sure. But they were looking good on Sunday. They were up 21-3. Of course, they still lost 35-33. Which the funny thing is, the Broncos are the only team that can throw a perfect Hail Mary and still not get the 2-point conversion. I know it was because the referees missed a pass interference call, but still, that crap is ridiculous. And then the Dolphins able to pick up the win on Sunday Night Football against the Patriots, and good Lord, we'll get to the Patriots, don't worry. This one, I'm going to take the Dolphins, though. I would not be surprised if the Broncos put up a pretty good challenge, because it looks like they're getting a little bit better with the help of Sean Payton, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Dolphins with this one. Next up, though, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Cleveland Browns. For the Titans, they were actually able to win. Congrats. Even with Ryan Tannehill, they were still able to win, so that's good. As for the Browns, though, they lost on Monday Night Football against sorry, the Steelers, and I hope Nick Chubb's okay. Also, really bad injury tonight. It looks like they said what his injury was. I can't really remember. All I know is that it's a really bad. It's a pretty bad leg injury. So I hope he's able to recover. I just hope he's okay, more than anything, and that he's able to play again. Which people are questioning the career of Aaron Rodgers, and it looks like he'll be okay. But like Nick Chubb, though, he broke his MCL, PCL, and LCL. I think that's what he broke. He broke those in 2015. So yeah. I think he broke some more stuff before then. So yeah, I don't know about Nick Chubb. So I just hope he's okay and he'll be able to play again more than anything. For this game though, I'm gonna take the Browns with this one. They look pretty good tonight until Deshaun Watson. I don't know. He just did Deshaun Watson things. Also, Deshaun Watson put his hands on somebody again. Like not in a bad way. I mean, he put his hands on the referee. Not the first time he's put his hands on somebody he's not supposed to. But oh dang it. Okay. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Washington Commanders. For the Bills, they were able to pick up the win against the Raiders, a big 38-10 victory. And for the Commandos, they were down 21-3 against the Broncos. They came back to win 35-33. For this game, I'm really going to take the Bills. Commandos, I think, they could put up a good fight because they've looked good this season. Got the win against the Cardinals. They didn't really look the best in that game. But on Sunday this week, they showed up in the final few bits. So, I'm going to take the Bills winning, though. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Baltimore Ravens. That's, for the Colts, they was able to pick up a win. Anthony Richardson, for the second straight week, was, taken off the field. So, I don't know if this will be a regular occurrence. I hope not, because I think Richardson could be good this season. In the Ravens, I'm sorry, wait. I kind of forgot what team they played. Oh, it was the Bengals. They was able to pick up a victory over them. This game, I'm going to take the Ravens winning to get that 3-0 start because, anybody can beat the Colts. So, yeah. Next up we got the New England Patriots versus the New York Jets. Well, the last time these two teams faced is one of the most boring games I've watched in my entire life. And I streamed that game, and I turned it off. Well, into my stream, I continued watching the game, and nothing happened until 5 seconds left. So, that is something. Plus, Johnny got his ice cream a few weeks ago. I don't know about this week. I'm pretty sure he didn't, because the Jets lost terrifically. But, yeah, the Jets, they lost. They lost big. And I think it's pretty obvious. Without Aaron Rodgers, this team's going to go all the heck. They're going to have to face the Chiefs in a few weeks. We're just going to take a moment of silence for the Jets real quick. Yeah. For the Patriots, though. It was an interesting game last night. They were down 17-3. Then Mac Jones and Shannon his in on Tom Brady and just started doing crap. And then, on the last play that they had, Jones throws to Mike Gesicki. Gesicki throws it to the big boy, whatever the heck his name is. He gets the first down, and despite it really being a first down, they decided to not give him the first down. So. Yeah, that's interesting. This one, though, I don't know. This one's gonna be tough. I think I'll give the slight edge to the Patriots. Just because. I don't know. This one could be this game could be about as boring as the dang was last year. But I'm just gonna give a slight edge to the dang Patriots. Next up, we got the first of the 4 o'clock games. We got the Panthers versus the Seahawks. The Panthers have got a 0-2 start with their new QB, Bryce Young. They were able to put up a pretty good showing tonight in the final few minutes. They still lost 20-17, but they really just scored when it didn't really matter anymore. And for the Seahawks, though, they was able to pick up the win against the Detroit Lions in a game that went to overtime, so that's cool. For this one, I'm going to take the Seahawks. Yeah, the Panthers are going to need some help. Because, just seeing how... Well, I don't even know what the Panthers' schedule is. I'm kind of worried for them. If they start off 0-3, I'm definitely worrying for them. The next game, we got the Chicago Bears versus the Kansas City Chiefs. This is America's game of the week for week 3. And for the Bears, they lost to Baker Mayfield. So the only thing I have to say to that is get baked. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to call him Bucka Mayfield. Last week, I decided to look through some of the schedules. On this week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are supposed to face the Eagles on one of 2 Monday night games for week 3. And I decided, and randomly, I called Baker Mayfield Bucka Mayfield. And I decided that worked because he plays for the Buccaneers. So if you ever hear me calling him Bucka Mayfield, that's the reason why. But for the Chiefs, they would pick up a 17-9 victory. I don't really know what they was doing. Because 17-9, my lord, I never thought the day was the Chiefs only scored 17 points. This one, I'm going to take the Chiefs easily. I mean, anybody can beat the Bears. Literally, you can put like a dang squad of 5-year-olds out there, and I'm pretty sure they can beat the Bears. Next game, that was Cowboys versus the Arizona Cardinals, and yeah, just give me the Cowboys. I don't even have to go over this one. Just give me the Cowboys. But seriously though, the Cowboys picked up a win yesterday against the Jets. It was 30-10. Cardinals somehow blew a 20-0 lead. A loss 31-28 against the Giants. So that's certainly something. But seriously, give me the Cowboys for this game. This one's easy. On Sunday Night Football for Week 3, there is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. For the Steelers, they was able to pick up the win against the Browns on Monday Night Football. And they was able to get some redemption from that dang horrific game against the 49ers. For the Raiders, yeah, it did not look good for them. 38-10 loss against the Bills. And yeah, they're going to have to try to get some redemption here in this one. For this one, I'm going to take the Steelers, though. I really don't know. Like, I don't know why I don't know why this is on Sunday Night Football. Especially when the dang Rams and Bengals are on Monday Night Football. But honestly, the dang Eagles and Chiefs on Monday Night Football this season. If some reason the dang game they decided to have for Sunday Night Football is something with the Broncos. So, that's great. Congratulations. Okay, let's go into the first of 2 Monday night games next week. Because for some reason, we definitely need back-to-back weeks with 2 Monday night games. We got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For the Eagles, well, someone explained it best. Watching an Eagles game is like watching a NASCAR super speedway race. It can get terrifying. Because they dang near blew it against the Vikings. They didn't, obviously, because I know the Eagles, but holy. For the Buccaneers, they was pretty much able to bake. You probably see what I did there. The Chicago Bears got a 27-17 victory. But this one, just like last season, I think the Buccaneers are gonna go to a 2-1 start here. Well, 2-1 on record here anyway, because the start is kind of dang over already. Because I think the Eagles are probably about to demolish them in every single direction. They are about to tear them to shreds. Do I think the Buccaneers can probably score? Yeah, probably. Because, Baker Mayfield has been throwing to Mike Evans like it's goddamn nothing. But still, but if the Eagles almost dang near blow this thing to the Buccaneers, I'm gonna be worried. Good lord, both of my favorite teams on primetime on Monday. Was this week on the second of 2 Monday night games. Yes, it was. If you don't get it, this week there was 2 Monday night games. Next week there's 2 Monday night games. Do I get it? Of course I freaking don't. We got the Los Angeles Rams versus the Cincinnati Bengals. For the Rams, they put up a pretty good fight. I think I could say that against the 49ers. Was not able to pick up the victory, but they're looking pretty good this season. As for the Bengals, I don't know how to say this one. They looked way better than they did in week 1. Still not able to pick up the victory. But I still have faith. And since they're my favorite team, I'm gonna pretty much have to take them. I am trying to I'm just gonna say they'll have a bounce back game until they actually have a bounce back game. Because this is just getting dang horrific. I hope they're able to finally pick up a victory, and maybe Joe Buck can finally prove that he deserves $275 million. Because so far he's not done that at all. 24-3 loss. This week looked way better. They still lost 27-24. But I'm just gonna pick them and hope that they have a bounce back game. Which if I'm picking them, I pretty much have to pick the Buccaneers. I'm not going to, because I know they're gonna get torn to shreds. I don't even have to I don't even have to pick them to figure that out. Yes, listen, I like both the Bengals and the Buccaneers. But I know the Bengals could probably win. Will they? We'll see another down the season. Probably not. As for the Buccaneers, if they beat the Eagles, they're about to be the luckiest people on God's green earth. Because if you can beat the Eagles with Baker Mayfield, what about World War III? I don't know though. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. If you're wondering what's up this week for football, of course I won't be reacting to anything but Sunday Night Football or Thursday Night Football this week because I have some things to do. But if you want to figure out what's going on, I'm only gonna tell you what's been going on this week, boys. Of course, Thursday night there's the 49ers and Giants. This is just what's on my TV if you're wondering. So, of course, some people live in different time zones and states and all that, so it's probably different in some places. But I'm gonna go over it because I can. So I want to go over what's going on in the 1 o'clock slot this week. Tennessee Titans and Cleveland Browns on CBS. Saints and Packers on Fox. And then at 4, you got on Fox. Why aren't they airing the Chiefs and Bears game? I thought they would because it's America's game of the week, but they're on the Cowboys and Cardinals instead. And then of course Sunday Night Football, you got the Steelers and Raiders, and then on Monday Night Football, of course, you got the Eagles and Buccaneers, and Rams and Bengals. So it's gonna be an interesting week. And I don't know whether they have to have both the Buccaneers and Bengals play at dang near the same time, but hey, we'll figure that out eventually. Running with channel, I'll be paying more attention to probably the Bengals, probably because I have more hope in them than I do the Buccaneers. Because I have a feeling that the Bengals will eventually bounce back in some way. I just don't know when. The Buccaneers, though, they have Baker Mayfield, so you can never know. I'm gonna get out of here though because it's 12:30 now, so of course of course I don't do reactions anymore on this channel. I mostly just do predictions and stuff. But I will be back, of course, next week to go over week 4, of course. Well, find out where I do my reactions at. Go over to my other channel, has the same exact name, has a race car on the profile just like this one. So you probably should be able to find out which one it is. So I love y'all, and I'll see everyone for my predictions for week 4 next week. Peace.